concerns. And look, I can post a video and look good for 10 seconds right now, just like when Mike Tyson looked like a killer when he was promoting the Jake Paul fight. You writers and you guys with the non-boxing, I need to get those videos out of your head, because they're just clips. Anyone could look good for that long. I can train you to look good for 10 seconds. It'll be pretty hard, but I can train you to look good for 10 seconds on video. So don't worry about that. I look, Bob Arum knows what he's talking about, because it's the legs that's going to get to Pacquiao, not the power, not the explosive speed in front of a heavy bag. But whenever you're in front of an opponent and he's going to be moving around, it's the legs that are going to fail you. They're going to betray you. The power's not going to betray you. That lasts until the very end. His punch resistance, that's not going to betray him, because that never goes. Speed, and it's because you rely on your legs. That's the thing that goes at age. So at 46 years old, Manny Pacquiao is not going to have zero legs. There's a man that made a career with going in and out. He's going to have to evolve his style to an older man style, but I don't think he's going to be at danger to risk his health or anything like that, especially against a Mario Barrios.
Manny Pacquiao's age is undoubtedly the center of attention as talk heats up around his upcoming fight against Mario Barrios on July 19th. At 46, Pacquiao's return has split the boxing world. Fans and critics alike are debating whether he still has what it takes. While the general public remains skeptical, seasoned pros like Terrence Crawford offer a more nuanced perspective, bringing a different level of respect and insight to the conversation.
I would ask a simple question. And please, Manny, tell me the truth. Why? That's it. That's it. Why? Why are you coming back? And the warrior that Manny is, he's gonna be like, because I love to fight. And I want to fight the best, and I've been watching boring fights, and I want to come back and give a show against Barrios.
Oscar De La Hoya and Amir Khan have both voiced concern about Manny Pacquiao's return at age 46, especially against a young, active fighter like Mario Barrios. De La Hoya urged Pacquiao to prioritize rest between training sessions, emphasizing that while power stays with age, speed is a concern, and Barrios is no slouch. He's a world champion and a serious threat. Amir Khan echoed that sentiment, acknowledging Pacquiao's greatness in his prime, but warning that a long layoff and the natural decline that comes with age make this a risky comeback. Khan even suggested that if Pacquiao wanted to return, it should be against another retired fighter rather than someone young and hungry like Barrios, whose motivation to win could be life-changing. Both believe it will be a great fight, but they also agree. At 46, the margin for error is dangerously slim.
It's difficult for us as coaches to tell them to hang him up. He's older. He's been out of the ring. He's fighting I'm not gonna say a young champion, but he's fighting a very decent champion. Probably the lesser of the three of the welterweight champions. But he is getting up in age. Will he be able to recapture some of that speed and snap to his punches? Who knows? But George Foreman did it at a much, much later age. So Manny has a chance. I think that he has a chance against
Ricky Hatton isn't optimistic about Manny Pacquiao's chances against Mario Barrios and has openly expressed his frustration with the fight even happening. He questioned how Pacquiao, after 4 or 5 years of retirement, can come straight back into a world title shot, bypassing the long grind most contenders face. Hatton acknowledged Pacquiao's legendary status as a multi-weight world champion and former pound-for-pound king. But he feels that at this stage, with everything Manny has accomplished, and presumably with financial security, there's no real need to risk his legacy. If Pacquiao were to lose, Hatton believes it would be a tragedy for the sport. The idea that a young, hungry fighter could be passed over for a title shot so that an aging legend can step back into the spotlight is, to Hatton, fundamentally unfair.
What most people are saying.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not right. He shouldn't be fighting for a world title next. Straight first fight back, 6 years since he won a fight, 4 years since the last had a fight, and his last exhibition thing, he looked absolutely awful. So yeah, it should be happening.
Barrios knock out a straight performance.
I don't care. I don't care what it is, to be honest. I just don't think. I don't think I don't think the fight should be happening. Barrios, they probably looked at Barrios and thought, well, he's a weak champion, but he's still a good fighter, and he's young and he's active. So yeah, you would think that Barrios should.
Teddy Atlas has serious concerns about Manny Pacquiao's comeback, warning that boxing is a young man's sport, and that at 46, with 72 fights behind him, Pacquiao is playing with fire. While Atlas respects Pacquiao's legacy, not just as a fighter, but as a man who's lifted his people, given away his earnings, and fought with heart, he's troubled by the idea that someone so accomplished now feels the need to fight again, possibly for financial reasons. He believes that no matter how you dress it up or try to justify it, reality can't be ignored. Pacquiao is in a room where time and wear have caught up to him. Atlas isn't trying to deny anyone the right to earn a living, but he emphasizes that self-awareness is crucial, and stepping back into the ring at this stage may be more dangerous than it is heroic.
Boy, Barrios fighting Pacquiao, man.
Yeah.
You know, a legend. What do you think Barrios needs to do in that fight against Pacquiao?
I feel like he has to keep Pacquiao on the outside. He has a height and reach advantage, so I feel like he just go out there and do what he's always done.
What's your prediction for that fight?
Mario Barrios victory.
Do you think it goes all 12 rounds?
I think he has what it takes to stop Pacquiao.
You surprised Pacquiao's coming out of retirement
Yeah,
at 46?
I'm very surprised. I don't think anybody expected that. So.
Roy Jones Jr. gives Manny Pacquiao full credit for what he's attempting, emphasizing just how remarkable it is for a 46-year-old to even get into the kind of shape needed to go 12 rounds, something many fighters half his age struggle to do. Jones believes you always have to give Manny a chance because his heart and drive are unmatched. Still, he doesn't ignore the reality that age is a factor and that stepping into the ring at this stage is undeniably dangerous. But to Jones, life itself is dangerous. Whether you're 26 or 46, anything can happen. He references how Mike Tyson nearly died before the Jake Paul fight to make a larger point. If you're going to go out, why not go out doing what you love? And for Pacquiao, that's fighting.
There's a thought, an absolute joke. I love Manny Pacquiao. Love everything about him. An all-time great in terms of what he's done previous, but that doesn't entitle you to just walk back in after 6 years and get a number 4 ranking with the WBC and fight for a world title. What about all the other guys that are waiting around? It's wrong. We seen Manny Pacquiao fight an exhibition against a kickboxer in his last fight, and kickboxers can't box, right? I've seen world champion kickboxers coming and sparring boxers. They can't box. They can kick, but they can't, and they can kick and box a little bit. They can't really box, and Manny didn't look great. I mean, yep, I don't know. Yeah, the WBC, I think we have a lot of time for Mauricio Sullivan, but I think it's a mistake, really do, and they should be quite embarrassed allowing a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao straight in for a world title fight.